In today's video, we're going to look at the Subform Custom Field in Joomla 4. It's pretty cool. In fact, I wish I was that cool in high school. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work livestream number 176 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, maintain them, migrate them to Joomla 4. Hey, if you're looking to hire someone short-term or long-term, or even just to get you out of a spot or do some consulting, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com, and let's talk. Today's video is brought to you by, to us by mysites.guru. Do you have a Joomla site? Of course you do. Head on over to mysites.guru, get a free site audit for it, and while you're there, check out all the tools and information. That will save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. It's really cool, so you should definitely check it out. All right, everybody. Hello to everyone in chat. Bjorn is there, and Ivor is there, and we have some other people who are lurking that were waiting at the beginning. It's good to spend another Wednesday late morning here in the left coast of Canada for me with you. And if you are, hey, how about giving the video a like? That would be great, especially if you're watching a replay. That would be super. All right, so let's turn our attention to the screen, and we'll just get right into it. Now, I should say, hello, Mary in chat. I should say that custom fields is something I have limited experience with. It is growing, but I thought this would be a fun thing to look at today. So, as usual, it's the theme of the live stream. Watch me work. I'll probably figure out some things along the way. Also have a question from someone who could not tune in today, Luca. So he asked me to talk about something. We'll get to that in a little while, probably. All right. So, hello, George. George Benson. Is this your first time in chat? That seems familiar. That seems unfamiliar to me. All right. So let's talk about the fields. What are the fields? Why don't we just go into articles, and then we will go and we will create a new article. And okay, it is your first time. Well, I'm glad you tuned in today, George. If we took a look at the image and links tab, we have places where we can enter some information. We basically have fields where we can put in intro image, image description, text, alt text, a checkbox for no description, an image class caption. These are all fields, and they come core with Joomla. What custom fields do is they allow you and me to add our own fields if there's something in here that's not in the core Joomla. And there are tons of things because there's tons of uses for fields. And so one of the newest field that's in the core for Joomla 4 is Subforms. Now, back in Joomla 3, they had there was a custom field where you could add multiple options, but it was limited because you had to have them. It was very difficult. Anyway, it didn't work as great as this does in Joomla 4. So we will see how Subforms work because you can just keep adding information. So let's do this. All right. Now, so we're in the content area. Let's go to field groups. Just as we're going to create fields, we can group them into groups and allow those groups to show up only in certain circumstances. But we're just going to start a field group, and I'm going to call it car specs. Okay, actually, let's call this vehicle specs. All right. And by the way, when we get going into this, there's just going to be so many things that come up and so many roads that we can go down. So we'll just dive in here and go. So I'm going to create this folder called vehicle specs. This field group called vehicle specs. And now I'm going to go into make a new article. And I'm going to call this vehicle 1. All right. And I'm going to make this featured article. Oh, no, sorry, I'm making a new field here. It's not an article. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated on that. The first field is going to be make of vehicle. Okay. Make sure we spell that right. And we're going to just pick here, the type is going to be text. We just want to type in the name of the text. All right. And then we are just going to save. Oh, and over here in the field group, we're going to add it to the vehicle specs. All right. Folder. Hello, Chuck. Good to see you. Now we have this one field, make a vehicle, vehicle specs. And you'll see what will happen here. Now if we go into make a new article, there we go. Let's call this, we'll call this vehicle 1. Notice now we see we had these fields that we could click on here, but look, now we have a new tab, vehicle specs. And we now have something that we can enter in, and we can call this, it says make a vehicle. Let's call this, let's call it a Chevy Impala, which is what I have. All right. Now when we save that, and then go to the front page to preview, let's see, published, oh, featured. Okay, over here I had to set it to featured. So it would show up on the home page here. You'll see here's vehicle 1, the title, who is written by, all this. And then look, here's our field, make a vehicle, and it's Chevy Impala. Now, yes, and Bjorn points out, remember to change the display options. Yes, right now, by default, it is showing the field name, and it is showing what is in the field. And there's a whole bunch of things that we can change, and we're going to do that on the fly. And again, really just as a design, just to start to get into some of the things that you run into with fields and just some of the concepts of them. Now, the make of the vehicle is a Chevy Impala. Let's go back to our article here, and let's say I want to show the number of options that are available with the Chevy Impala. I'm just going to make this up as we go. So I would want to say like different styles. We'll call them styles, all right? So let's go back to our fields, and let's go and make a new field. And right off the bat, we're going to remember over here to add it to the vehicle specs, all right? But let's say, I just make this up. I don't think there's a 2-door Chevy Impala, but let's say there's a 4-door, a 2-door, and there's also a hatchback, all right? We'll have those 3 options. Now, if I was going to, and we'll just call this styles, all right? If I was going to just make a text, make a field for people to put in all the different styles, I could do this style 1, and I could make another field called style 2 and style 3. And then if people go through and they would put in those 3 styles for the Impala. But what if you had a car that was only had 2 styles? Well, you would end up with an empty slot, and it would be kind of sloppy. Or what if you had a car that had 5 styles? Then you would be short a couple fields. So then you have to go in and make a couple more, like style 4, style 5. But then it just gets messy. This is the beauty of the subform. If we go and we can create the style field, but then we can duplicate it over and over again in multiples using the subform. Let me show you. First of all, we have to have the field for the styles. All right, so yeah, we'll just call this styles. All right, styles, we're going to leave it as text. It's in the field group there, and we're going to go save, and we'll actually go up here and go save and new. And now we're going to do the subform. We'll call this available styles because it has to have a different title. Of the type here, instead of text, we're going to go to subform. All right, and now down here we can pick what field is the one that's going to be duplicated over and over and over again. So we have make a vehicle, or we have styles. So we'll go with styles. And then we will go here and we will save and close. Oh, except you know what? I forgot to put the subform in the field group vehicle specs. All right. Now when we go to the article and refresh, we see that it says make a vehicle, styles. Okay, that's the singular field that we made. And then the available styles, remember that's the subform title we gave, but it's empty. But what we can do, and I'll fix this style showing up here soon, what we can do here now is click the green box and we can go 4-door. And now we can hit the green box over here. We can go 2-door. And we can hit the plus, which is actually happening here behind my picture. Let me just close that off there. And we will hit plus again. And down here, we're going to go and we'll call hatchback. Is it possible to override the subform to create a slider or other extension using fields? If possible, with examples. Or to create a slider or other extension using fields. I do not know how to pronounce your name in chat, but welcome, and we'll look at that. So here's the 3 options that I've put in here: 4-door, 2-door, and hatchback. And now when we go and view the page, we see we've got make a vehicle, Chevy Impala, available styles, 4-door, 2-door, hatchback. Now notice how it says styles, styles, styles. That's when we start to get into what Bjorn was saying there. Don't forget to change the display options. And there's some things we can do for that. Also, notice we had to create a single field for styles. So we had something to have multiples of. But this would be confusing for users. They'd say styles, oh, available styles, what do I put in here? Basically, what we'll do is we will go back to that styles, all right? And we're going to say down here on this option here, only use in the subform. That means it won't show up anywhere else. And it won't be confusing for people. Mark DeChevre has an article on it. And show fields using code. Okay, well, I might not know how to show fields using code. But that, Bjorn, if you find that Mark DeChevre article, you can post that in there. But we might get to some other things here. Now, all right, so I put this only using the subform. Now when we go back to the article and refresh, where we enter things, now we don't have that confusing part here. Also, notice that here on this returning, on this repeating, it says styles, and it says available styles, and then there is, it just keeps saying styles. Well, maybe we don't want that. So let's go back to the subform, available styles, okay. And we're going to go to the options, and we're going to say we don't want to see the label. Let's see if that does it. I'm afraid it's going to make everything disappear. Yes. Oh, it made that disappear. Oh, and it made these, but the style still shows up there. So we could do this. Let's show that label, but, and then we save and close, but in the styles, let's not show the label for the individual styles. And I think now when we go back here, we'll go refresh, and look, now we've got available styles, 4-door, 2-door, hatchback. All right, so now of course, if we wanted to do some formatting of this, we could actually insert the tags in the article. And to do that, we will go back here and we will use the CMS. Now this is using TinyMCE. We'll use the CSS and we will go to field and we're going to put in the make of vehicle there, and why don't we select that and make it bold, and then down here we will go and we will put in a field and we will show the available styles, and just leave that like that. All right, now watch what happens here. We refresh. Now we get this in duplicates, but look, down here looks much nicer. Make of vehicle, Chevy Impala, available styles, 4-door, 2-door hatchback. Now, why is it duplicating this? Well, because in the field settings, we, and this one is styles, we can go down and say whether or not the field is going to show by default. All right, and to do that, we'll go here, and you see here, automatic display. Before or after the content, after the title, before display content, after display content, or don't automatically display. So you can have them show up automatically in 3 different places or not at all. So now when we save that, that one particular one's going to disappear. I believe. Did I not do that right? Automatically display. That's, oh, that was the styles. All right, now let's go to the subform. Available styles, publish options, automatically display, do not automatically display. And now that should make one disappear. Yeah, and then we can remove this last one. We will go here and we will go a make a vehicle, and we're going to tell it to not automatically appear. All right, so let's go here and do not automatically display, and then what we end up with is really nice, a really nice layout, nicer layout. All right, and now of course this is where we can comment and say you can begin to do custom layout overrides and moving where the tags appear and their styling, and do options like that. Now so far we just used the subform to only show one option, but now let's do a different kind of subform. And why don't we do it, let's go back into the fields, and how would we do this with this car example? Let's do another whole set now. Let's go to, let's say we're going to create a directory, and you could actually use custom fields inside of contacts. So users. So why don't we do that? Let's go to users, and here's your field groups, and let's make a new field group, and let's call it family info. Because here what we're going to do is set up a subform that has more than one field in it. Family info. All right, and we're going to save and close. And now we're going to go to the fields, and why don't we create a text field called last name. All right, and over here we'll put it in the field group family info. So we're going to save that, and now we'll actually save and new. We will go to, and now this one here, last name will be first name. All right, and we'll put that in family info, and we will go save and new. And let's put spouse's first name. And over here, we will put that in family info. And we'll go save and new. And now we're going to do this. We're going to now we need to create a text one for children. All right. Okay, now we're going to just go, we're going to put that field group in family info, but this is the one we're going to use in the subform only. So we're going to say only use in Subform. All right, so we'll save a new. Children's name. All right. Now, this one we're going to make a subform right here. All right. And the field that we're going to use down here is not first name, not last name, not spouse's name, but we're going to use children text. Okay, the children's text one. And we will go in here now. Oh, and we better do the field group and family info. Save and close. Now, if I've done this right, we can go to manage users. I can go to my administrator area here. And there we have it. We have a tab up here for family info. Now, I can put in my last name, which is Davis, and my first name, which is Tim, and my wife's name, which is Susan. And now, look, I have an option to add as many children as I need. So, let me turn my camera off here. All right, so let's go Clayton, and let's go Esther, and let's add Alyssa. Now, that's the name of my 3 kids. Now, actually, what I'm going to show you is I type them not in the order of birth, though. Alyssa is the oldest. So I have over here this little blue box. I can actually change the order and get things the way that I want. Nice. Okay, so let's go. Hello, Serge. Good to see you. All right, so now George asks, can you format the form that you're creating under family info for more efficient input? You mean as far as having it not be so wide, and because this is wide on my big screen. Is that what you mean? I think you could, or also maybe have them side by side. That's a good question. We've got that. Okay, we've got that information in there. Oh, yes, my children are born in alphabetical order. Yes, we actually, it's a funny story, because we named our daughter Alyssa, and then we named our son Clayton. He's named after my grandfather. And when we were picking a name for our daughter Esther, we were having a hard time deciding. I said, well, look, we have A and skipped B to C. That's skip D, and let's have an E name. So that's actually how we did that. Yeah, and George is wondering about moving fields around. Yes. Well, first of all, I think you can organize the field order by changing the order of the fields. Let's just save this here. And let's go. Okay, let's close this here. Let's go to users, fields. And we do have order here. So let's say we want it to ask for the first name of the person, spouse's first name, and then ask for the name of their children. I think if we refresh this here, excuse me while I just hey, I just figured out why it is that I'm always accidentally answering the phone when I say no, because the answer is on the left side, but in another area on my phone, it's the right side. Anyways, I digress. If we refresh here, oh, look at that. Spouse's first name went down the bottom, children's name. I would have thought that would change the order there. We got first name, spouse, last name, children. I wonder why that's interesting. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to purposefully What am I going to do? This might just be a sort. I've seen this in another spot in Joomla 4 where reorganizing did not do things. So for instance, I'm going to move children down to the end. And let's just see here. Oh, okay. Oh, children is first now. Let's try. Oh, maybe I've got the wrong order here. No. Oh, children's name went up to the. Okay. Oh, I dragged children's name. Okay, this is a Joomla 4 thing. Watch. Let's put first name, spouse's name, last name. Now let's refresh. Yeah, I've seen this goofy thing happening in Joomla 4. If you're trying to reorganize things, move something to the bottom or around. Anyways, eventually get it. First name, spouse name, last name, children's name. That's just a goofy Joomla 4 thing. All right, so yeah, you can change the order that way. I don't know if you could change it so that they were side by side or two columns. That would be interesting. Whether you could do a layout override for this particular tab, I don't know. It's a really good question. Now, let's suppose that we want to include the birthdays of the children that are in here. In fact, let's yeah, the layout override. I think you probably could. Although again, that's that would be something that would definitely be interesting to watch me try to do today. Let's add another field down here and collect more information on the children here. So we're going to go back to the user fields here. Let's create a new user field, and now let's explore some of the types that we have here. Let's say we have let's see here. We've got the calendar. Let's pick a calendar one. And we're going to say birthday. And we're only going to use this in the subform though. All right. And we will save a new. Call this birthday reminder. And we're going to do a subform. And the text the field that we're going to use is birthday. Oh, actually, I am wrong. This is what I wanted to do. I'm going to go into children's name, which is a subform. And now down here, we're going to add another field. And it's going to be the birthday calendar. That's what I meant to do. Now, check this out. When we refresh, now we have a field for the children's name, and we can also select a calendar for when their birthday is. We'll just click on here. Now, this is a little bit of CSS issue that I noticed practicing for this. The calendar does not show up. It gets hidden because of I think that's a z-index thing. Let's see here. If we go yes, calendar header. It's this table here, calendar container, and z-index. Now it says 1100. Oh, let me just close. See down here in the bottom right hand corner, it says 1100, but I don't think that is somehow something is not showing up on top there. Now, I'm not sure how to fix that right now. George, you're welcome with that. Usually you can get away with giving a ridiculous z-index for that to show up, but I don't think Something is not right there, as you can see. Let's just see here. It's hiding behind. I don't know. So there's something needs to be fixed there. Now, in this case, though, what you could do is just click today, and then in here you could, just for a workaround, you could, what year was she born in? Oh yes, she was born in 1998, and I'll just leave that. And then we can go down here and we can set another date here. I'll just put in any other date here. Let's go 2002. That's not really the case. And then down here, and then we pick another date. We'll pick yesterday. All right. So as we move further down, less and less of this box is being hidden. There's something going on with the page here. But anyways, I just wanted to show you that because you can add multiple fields to a subform. And we save that. I think that if we were going to, then you would have that information. Of course, then you can use these fields in creating a directory or something like that. All right, so yeah, so subforms are pretty cool, and look, you can have different matches in there of things. Now, the question that got before was this. Let's see here. Just have to bring up the window, and basically, let's see. Luca asked this. There is a show on option similar to the one described here, list form field type. If you have the opportunity to talk about it live, then he'll see the recording. All right, so he's mentioning this here about the list form field and talking about the show on attribute for list options. Show on documentation. Adding the attribute show on allows you to hide the field based on the values of another field. Okay, so this is conditional. Syntax to show the field bar only when foo is set to 1. So let's take a look at that, and this might be a bit also about the question there about show fields using code. So let's just regroup here, and I'm going to close this, and let's go back to our content. Let me just get some windows sorted out here. All right. Whoops. That was not what I wanted to hit. Okay. Let's go back and let's close this user profile and this here. All right. So let's go back to content and let's go to our fields. And let's see the styles, the subform. And let's take a look for that option to show. Okay, and if anybody has an idea of what we're looking for here, then please feel free to let me know. Display class. Automatically display. It's not that. Prefix, suffix, layout. All right. Use only. All right. Now let's go back to what is mentioned here. Adding the attribute show on allows to hide the field based on the values of another field. And this is in this is some coding that would go in the page. All right. Field 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 name. Field name equals foo. Field name equals bar. Okay. I see what he is saying, and he does mention too, if I read his message, that List form field. Okay. Let's try a different, it's just a static text. Let's not set the subform only. Filter. Okay. These are forms that we can put on there. Okay, name required. Layout. All right. Well, definitely going to have to dig into this a little bit here. Okay. Adding the attribute label class adds a CSS class for the fields, form fields label. Yeah. Adding the attribute show on allows to hide the field based on the values of another field. Field name equals food, type equals list, option 1 yes, option no, field. Okay. Chuck asks, should use Bootstrap in this instance? Do you mean for the classes to assign to a label, or yes, I think, yeah, you could just put a class in there. Let's see. Let's go Bootstrap button class. Buttons in Bootstrap. So if we were to go class is button primary, and we go back into our fields, let's go make a vehicle. And why don't we, I need to change this so that it will show automatically just where we're playing around after the title. And the label class, field class, I don't know, let's try that. Save. No, that was not it. Let's see, F12. This one up here. Space before. Oh, are you saying, yeah, right, you're saying there should be a space for the button. Let's try that. No. Is it? No, don't have any. Label class, field class. Let's try this in a space. J4 uses Bootstrap 5.1 but 5. I would think though that the button classes are the same for this, right? Let's go here. Buttons. Could be wrong though. No, it's the same there. Button type equals button class. All right, let's do an alert here. That's maybe div class alert primary. George says the hidden calendar issue is not happening on your system with Chrome version. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's a Brave issue. We'll try that in a different browser. Let's see. Let's do field class here. We'll do it in both here. I'm not going to put the space on just to see what happens. No. Oh, we have class options down here too. It's the watch me work part. Let's put things down here. I gotta label class out, but oh my goodness, I need to bomb everything in there. I know there's no spaces there. There we go. All right. We just have to put them in the right spot. All right, which means where was it? We did not need it. This is for make a vehicle. So the field class was not those, right? No, it was it the display class? Okay, that did change something. Value class. Oh, label class and value class. Oh, okay. All right. Now we're going to see the value is going to be secondary. All right. Now the label gets alert primary. The value gets secondary. So they should change now. There you go. Primary, secondary. So you can use Bootstrap on things there, Chuck, and it's just a matter of knowing where to put the thing. All right, now, all right. So let's go close here. Let's check out our article. Let's go into the article and let's view the code. All right. Now we look at the source code. We've got just the field T's in there. The tag, sorry. So I believe then for doing this let's see, form fields are fields in HTML Joomla. Okay, let's see. Let's do some Googling here. Joomla custom field show on. We'll go Joomla 4. All right. Show on conditions. Let's see what we got here. Okay, trying to. Oh no. This might actually be, Luca, something too that is involved in a layout override. I think. Let's scroll down here and see extension. Syntax to show the field. All right, this is where it gets scintillating to watch while we try to figure this out here. Let's see here. Over here. To match multiple values, one can provide a comma-separated list. All right. Adding the attribute show on allows to hide the field based on the values of another field. Syntax to show the field bar only when foo is set to 1. Field Name equals food. Type equals list. Option value 1. Yes. Option value no. Option. Field. Field. Name equals bar text. Show on. Oh, here we go. Here's the show on right here. So this is for a layout override, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't think we put. This is not something that you. Correct me if. Is this something we place in the article or a layout override? For instance, I can't place this in here, can I? No. Michael, yeah. So Michael, the scintillating time that you're watching right now is Luca asked a question before the live stream about using show on to show some fields based on conditions that are selected. And I'm just trying to figure out where this goes. I think this would go. I think what we're looking at here is with the show on is this code that we're looking at goes into a layout override. Name equals. Mary says it did sound like a JavaScript thing, so search for this and you found. All right, let's see. Oh, does show on attributes for list options work with Joomla 4? I tried the following exact example in the Joomla documentation fields. I rendered the fields with this code. In the documentation it says the show on attribute for list options work with Joomla 4. Need to add the JavaScript in the layout. Okay. All right. So that's a good example. I'm just going to. Mary's got the link there. So. Field label, field A label. Okay. In template creator, you could just add that to the code. To the code on the, what would you add, Mary? You would, in template creator, you would add this to the code, or you would add the, oh, you render the codes with this. Yeah. I'm kind of, you have to answer PHP codes. Where would we put this stuff here? This is the layout probably, right? Put that in the layout. Yeah. You don't put that anywhere. Well, why is it there on the page? That's option show on field. Because this is the all right. Swimming in the deep end now. And this is someone working on a component too, so that belongs in the template XML. I think this is also, is that also not what's generated when you're doing that? Show on Joomla for custom field. You did already add, well, I pasted it in there, but it got stripped out. That's not what we're looking for. All right, let's go back to here. Let's go save and close. And I'm going to go to, global configuration. And going to go to the default editor. We're going to go code mirror, save and close. Content, articles, we'll edit that. Let's go Control V, save. Now that gets left in there. Let's see what it looks like out here. We've got J, yes, J, no. Now, yeah, I don't think that's it. Okay. I wonder if Robbie covered that in this talk here. Let's just see if there are any chapter marks in the bottom here. Yeah. Let's just skip to session roadmap. Custom fields over. I think this is might just be an overview here. Let's see here. General option filtering parameters.
Custom fields filter, I think. I'll look it up to show you in just a second. I'll show you in the back end. But it adds another tab here because it allows me to say whether I want this particular field to show up in my filters for people to search and sort.
No, that's not it. Just see if we can. No. Show on. Let's see if it's in this article here. F3 show on. All right. Well, let's leave this for a second. I want to go back up to the question that was asked earlier. Is it possible to override the subform to create a slider or other extension using fields? Override the subform to create a slider or other extension using fields, if possible, with examples. All right, so I think... how old is this here? This is October 2021. And that's this here. All right, my own typical use short film festival. Who did this article? Is this Mark DeChevre? Yes. All right. Here he's doing a carousel. First step would be to create custom fields. Type media. Effective IDs 1, 2, 3. And there's his articles. You're saying. Yeah, creating custom field type. Okay. He's doing that with an alternate layout. Okay. Hello, Vio. Vio. Yeah, so this article that Mark has here, that's how he has an opening carousel. But I don't, yeah, so the question, is it possible to override the subform to create a slider or other extension using fields, if possible, with examples? Create a slider or other extension using fields. This is, so that page I just shared there are Mark's directions for adding a carousel. And so that would be, and this shows all of the, there's a lot of stuff here to follow through. All right, so and he breaks down the code in here. So there's a big long instruction there. Okay, I have to keep making noise so people don't think that nothing's going on here, although my picture's on the screen there, so I'll just keep moving as well. So this is his demo of how to make a carousel using overrides and custom fields. Now, interestingly, I believe that just yesterday, Tassos, who's got his advanced custom fields, he is now implementing his advanced custom fields so that they can work in the subform. All advanced custom fields are now supported by the Joomla 4 subform field. So why don't we, and this is the free testing. of his demo. So let's download this. And let's see if maybe there isn't some way that, because he's got some pretty cool some pretty cool tools in there. Let's try this here. Okay, come on. Let's find the window that's got it. All right. Home. System. Install extensions. Install. Browse. All right. Let's go to content. Let's go to fields. Let's make a new field. And here's all the types we have here. So let's see here. Convert forms. What have we got here? Country, currency, daily motion, download button, email, Facebook, time picker, true, false, Twitter. Oh, WhatsApp, click to chat. Interesting. But which one would we do here for repeatable to do that? No. I don't see what we would use there. No. That's not the droids we're looking for. I would say the thing to try would be to go through Mark de Chevre's. Let's see where there. That's our search there. In this article here that we pasted, or that Bjorn has pasted there. Yeah, so striking out on two things there: how to show on when something is a certain condition, where to put that, and also how to use custom fields for something like in an extension. So probably not being super helpful today on those things. This will show you how to do it with the carousel, though. The episode 7. Oh, that's episode 2. Episode 7 here, part 2, without limits, custom fields. Which we just looked at here. Now here he gives a GitHub repo gathering all the alternate layouts for things. Displaying the carousel only in the article view. And presumably the carousel would show the images that you have included, that you have that are in your in the fields for each article. Which would be interesting because Tassos has a slideshow field now in the Pro. Advanced Custom Fields 2.10 is out, and it has a custom field for adding in certain for adding in a slideshow. But I don't know if you would need that in a subform, because he has it designed so you can just keep adding pages to it, and then it will show up. And he has display conditions there as well. So then, therefore, Luca, I don't think that I'm going to be able to show you that. I'm going to strike out on both of those. If we go back to our examples here of what we can do here, let's go to here and go to J4, where we did, and we've done some formatting there. Let's go back to /administrator, and let's go back to our users and manage our users and go to administrator. We have these fields here, the family info field. Now, what would we do if we wanted to offer the birthday for information for everybody, and just keep adding members of the family? So, for instance, what if we wanted? So we want to have the birthday for the spouse's birthday as well. We could just add a custom field and have that right in there. Spouse's first name, spouse birthday, first name, and then you've got this set for each of the additional ones. You could also just sort of build a household info, first person, second person, household members, and then put a checkbox in for people to select. And collect information that way. Family info, person number 1. Let's see. Let's go to our fields, and let's change our children's name, which is in the subform only, and let's call them let's see here, J4. Let's go to users. We're just going to go into here and see what family is here. Let's see, we've got children's name, person's household. If we call children's name household, let's go into here, children's name, let's call this household. That's household makeup. Save and close. And so children, that would be person. Right. Okay. Person, household makeup. Yeah, we will still make the name household makeup. Get that reset. All right, that changes things here. So now over here we've got household makeup person. All right, and now we can, let's take the persons out, and so household makeup, and now we could take first name, spouse name, and last name out. All right, household makeup. Let's do this. Person, This would go here. We're going to make this first name. All right. We're going to go here. I'm going to make this last name. All right. We don't need the person one there. Birthday. Yes. All right. Change that. And we go back and refresh here. Also make up first name, last name, and birthday. That's great. So we don't need, we could put a spouse name and get rid of. We go first name and last name are in subforms only. All right, so first name is for the subform only. And last name is for the subform only. And then spouse's first name. We could just, let's unpublish that and refresh. Now, when we go in, we still have birthday showing up, Bertha. That's okay. Let's take that out. Okay, so save that. So now, under the account details, this is administrator, this is me here. All right, we can go to the family info, and I can be Tim and Davis, and the birthday, we're just gonna, oh yes, sorry, we run into that problem. Let's try this in, let's try this in Firefox. Now I'm going to have to go over here. Let me just switch for a second here so I can get the password, because I don't know what it is on this site here. And go here, and we're going to go copy and copy that. All right, I'm going to go control, whoops, control. Okay, then just putting in the password here. All right, so then trying this in Firefox. Go to family info, add someone. No, now it's hidden down below. This is definitely something to do with, right, well, at least I can scroll down there. Let's go here, let's see, Tim Davis. Oh, all right, and let's add another. If I click on here, so it's this, seems to be this wrapping area here, F12. That's what the issue is for me. Let's see, it is this. All right, let's go back to Chrome here then. So when I select this, now again, this is the same thing. Let's go F12. And options form. Let's try this. Let's try height. If I go height 1,000 pixels, oh no, well, I made that taller, but now it wants to go to the top. If I close this, but it definitely is that wrapper there that was the issue. But George doesn't have a problem with that. Let's go see what the Chrome is. Which about Brave? Which version of Chrome is this? This is 1.43, and you have Chrome version 105. We could try this on, I do have this on Chrome down here. Let's go over here. J4. Okay, just a sec here. Alright, let's go J4. Control copy, go here, Control V. Go up here, J4, log in. Oh, okay, here's a bunch of stuff from Mary here. Oh, that's because I scrolled back up on something there. No. All right, so we'll go into here. Why not? Family info. Hit plus. See, no, and there we go. I get it in this here Chrome as well. And let's go to help about Google Chrome. This is 105. What have you got? You got 105, 5195. Yeah, I've got the same one. That's interesting, isn't it, George? Because you've got the same one, but I'm getting that issue. I wonder what it might be. At least I get the scroll bar. I mean, it's obviously it wants more height there. But if I go F12 and go to the scroll bar, let's see, height. Okay, I just changed the height of that outside one. So we go to field element. We'll go height. (1,000 pixels). Typing it down behind myself. Now and then it wants to go up instead of dropping down. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's a pop-up error. And George, you have several regular lab extensions installed. Yeah. So, yeah, and this is just the core. If this is the I mean, if you have other fields on top here, then it's fine, but anyways, this is an option to just break it down so that you could have just collect information on people. We could also then do this. Let's save and close. Let's go and let's go users. Let's go fields, and let's create a field which is role. And let's go a role, and let's do a radio button. Let's go checkbox. Yeah, we could do checkbox. And we have the options here to give here. So one could be father, one. And let's add another, mother, 2, grand, parent. That could be, let's make that 4. And this could be child. We'll make them 3, and we'll move child up. This is going to only be used in the subform. And role. Yeah, so we'll go like this. And then we're going to go to the subform that we have here, which is household makeup. George started with the basic Joomla 4. Oh, Michael's wondering, are pop-ups blocked in the browser settings? No, I don't have that blocked. No, I don't. I have that off. So, George, you've got the regular extension lifetime bundle installed, and then many of the options in Extension Manager. Other than that, it's the basic Joomla 4. Okay. Yeah, well, it should work. It should just work in basic Joomla 4 here, right? All right, we got first name, last name, birthday. That's now we're going to put the check boxes for role in here, and we're going to bump that up above birthday, and we'll go here, and let's go content articles. Let's go to my profile here. Oh, that's sorry, vehicle. Womp womp. Oh, and you know what? I wonder if I actually did users, fields, and look at that. Calendar and role are not in the family info group. Hey, I wonder. Let's see. Let's put the family info group in. Save. Close that. Let's go to manage users. No, I thought that might fix it, but not. But you'll see what we do. So that's interesting. If you create a field, you just have to assign it to the subform. It doesn't have to be in the actual group here. So Tim Davis, there we go. Put a birthday in, and we'll just pick that, and then we can go plus. Okay, we could do Susan there. And anyways, basically, you can add a lot of information. Now, we're also getting squished in on things here too. So, let's see. Let's pick her. I mean, this at least works with scrolling. All right. All right. Anyways, the subform is pretty cool for collecting information. Obviously, I'm coming up late today on how to actually customize when this is going to appear. Now, this family info, this is something I'm curious to see about how we can move this family info field along over to the left here. I wonder if that's something that we can do in plugins. Close. System. Plugins. Would be fields. Look at all the ones we have here now. Hello, RJ. How you doing? RJ, where the heck are you? Are you over in Vancouver, or are you on your trip into Asia? All right, fields. Here's our fields here. I would be wondering Where would we look if we're going to change the order of these across the top here? I think that's something I looked into at Joomla 3, because basically if we're going to have people fill in things, we don't necessarily need them to have all of, we might want them to see this first. So family info is definitely showing above W3C here. So let's go to our order of our tags here. F3, W3. No. Okay. Need to do an override? I guess. That would be really great if we could just change the order of plugins or something. Isn't that interesting? Why is W3 not showing up here? Well, here's the multi-factor authentication stuff here. So, yeah, all right. Well, I have to do an override for that. Wow, we're coming up short on a bunch of things here. Now, if we change the width of this page, oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. Is not very responsive, is it? No, this is where we get into. Well, there's a trick to see the calendar, anyways. This is almost like its own little interesting here. Subform repeatable container. Oh, there's what the subform repeatable container. If we go plus and go height, let's go 1000 pixels. It's the subform repeatable container, but width let's do that important. Oh, and I guess you can't see that I've just been doing this in the background here. Down here, I found out that this is the subform repeatable container. I did go over here and set it to a height of 1000, but that didn't work. Now, what about the subform repeatable group? Subform repeatable group. Let's try that. Height, and let's do that as 200 pixels. All right, so let's turn this one off so that it's not that. I've just changed that. It works for stuff farther down. Bjorn says it's in the table, good old way to do it. It is because this subform repeatable group, yeah, it's just a table. Good old-fashioned table. So we could actually skip the height and go padding. Top 200 pixels. Let's try this again. RJ says he's holding his breath. Yeah, RJ, you should come over. So RJ's referring to we have smoke in the air right now here on the West Coast. Mary, do you have smoke down where you are? I think you must, because you got fire. I think some of the smoke that we have up here is from fires down in Washington. But we've had some fires in British Columbia. So RJ's over in Vancouver, and they have the other day they had the worst air quality in the world. Mary does have smoke. Yeah. And then, so anyway, so RJ is over in Vancouver. But over here on Vancouver Island, which is an hour and a half ferry ride away from him. So probably just a couple, I don't know, maybe it's, what is it, 50 miles or something like that. We don't have the smoke as bad. Yeah, Bjorn says Tail's not useful. Yeah. Let's do this. We've got the subform group. Let's do this. Let's go margin top 200 pixels. That's not doing it. Wonder if it needs to be more than 200 pixels. No. Padding. Top 500 pixels. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to RJ coming over to the island here, getting to meet him. We're gonna go out for coffee or something. Put the TR height. Yeah, okay. TR height. Well, I did that. TR height at 1,000 pixels. But when we click on here, it still wants to go up. I mean, if we were closer to the top of the page there, close that. No, it really wants to do the top there. That's why I thought if we put a bit in there. And this is just for the subform. What about this? The table class. It says table responsive, table class plus. That's not it. Margin top. Okay. There's what we want. All right, if you really wanted to fix that, you could do a margin top on the table class subfield list. And we'll just scroll her down. I mean, it doesn't look really great, but that'll get you there. And you need to actually do what do we got here? Probably need to do about 260. 260 on the margin top. In the table, change vertical align to bottom. Okay. Let's just do that here. the table responsive. Table responsive. Can do this here. Vertical. Align. Bottom. No. Put the TR height 1000 vertical line bottom. It's now on top. So, and the TR line is what you're talking about. And it's curious because George Benson does not have this problem. So why am I so lucky? And this is just like a straightforward Joomla 4 install that I did last night to start over fresh. So Bjorn, not in the table. In the table, change vertical line. Yeah, that's what table. Let's go right up to the table here. Tab element, field set. Let's find the table here. Table, yeah, there we go. Table class. Table class, unless we go div. If we go div class, that's not it. That's got my padding thing in it. The dot table on the screen. Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, vertical align, change it to bottom. All right, that's now bottom. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you could actually change the height and set it to the bottom, which of course is going to do the same thing as that padding. Where did we put the vertical height in here? I think I changed that somewhere. Table responsive. Did I do vertical height there? Oh, Vinny, you've missed. Hello, Vinny. You've missed some sibling stuff. Things are going well. We ran into two problems. One, how to show some fields based on the condition of what other fields are set to. So the show on, we were struggling with that. And what was the other thing? Oh, question about how to, I'll just read it to you. It's further up here in chat that George asked. Oh, no, it wasn't George. It was someone with a name I don't know how to pronounce. Is it possible to override the subform to create a slider or other extension using fields? And point to them to Mark DeChevre's article on how to do a carousel using fields. Or set the table Z index to 999. Yeah, and then we also have this little problem here, which I'll show you. I'm having, not everybody's having it. But when I click on this calendar here, this disappears up into there. So Bjorn says table trz.index. Table trz.index. Table. There's table. let's try this. We'll just do TR. Yeah, the same issue with using articles field. Yeah. TR Z index, and we'll make it 9999. No. All right. So I think that is not it. Definitely wants to show it up into that container there. So I think the solution is the vertical height of the table, not that. What did I adjust there? Was it the vertical height? No, it was margin. Margin, I know I've got it right here. Table subfield list J. Oh, yes, okay. Table subfield list. This. Table subfield list. Margin. Top 260 pixels, and that gives us enough room for the calendar. It's not pretty because you've got the space there, but you can at least click on everything. Of course, as you get further down, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, we had a bit of a look at things there. Yeah, the funny thing is, though, Vinny, in chat, George, he doesn't have that problem. So, he's got some regular lab stuff installed, he said. So that's interesting. George, I'd be interested to know if you unpublished the regular lab stuff just quickly, does the problem come back for you? That would be interesting to see. And in the meantime, I could do this. Let's go to, let's close this. Let's go System, Install Extensions, and Install from Web, Regular Labs, Extension Manager, sorry, Extension Manager. Let's put that in here. We'll install it. Install. Alright, and we go back here, go to Administrator, Family Info. Now it clicks down because I have two rows here, but it still does not fit inside the container. And notice when I do the element inspector, it actually wants to bump up to the top. Watch this. If I go F12, And then I click here. Now it wants to go up. So without Element Inspector on, and let's just refresh that. It's not so much an issue because you could change the height and just keep things. You could put the padding on the bottom. It's just the problem is you get to the point where you're below and it wouldn't work. All right, let's go to Components, Regular Labs Extension Manager. All right, so I'm going to, just for fun, let's just install everything. Peter will be really excited. We'll add to his extension install count today. Something went wrong. Uh-oh. Oh. Look at that. Womp womp. Something went wrong. You know what that means. Off to the C panel. Oh, come on. List the accounts. It's basic Joomla. We'll go over to here. Minimize that. I'm going to go to the File Manager. Going to go to Configuration. Yeah, go to Configuration, Edit. No, I want to go to J4 Core. Configuration, Edit. Error reporting. The error reporting, that's the MAXIMUM. Save. Okay. Refresh. What's the problem? Oh, mod better front end links button. Better front end link button. All right. Let's go into the database. Domains. Database. And the database I want to go into is Joom 698. And I'm going to search for preview in all the tables and go. There's browse. There's no. Class not found. Error. Attempt to load class array helper from namespace regular labs library. Okay, so it's not. There you go, class. Not found. Oh, maybe it's. Well, what I would have to do, George, to start over with a new field group and just two fields, one in text and one in calendar. Do I still have the issue? Yeah. No, I just was wondering, yeah, if you that was worth trying. But do you still have that issue with unpublishing? Because now I'm kind of hooped here for. I am kind of hooped here for this here. Because as soon as I go here, I'm going to get the error. I get an error in the back end too. Oh, Regular Labs library plugin is not installed. Regular Labs library plugin is not installed. So something did not get in. There's where the problem is there, but interesting. All right, well, it's something to look into. Yeah, Vinny had a little problem, a little issue the other day because an image was getting resized that he didn't know why it was getting resized. Like actually resized on the server, and it was articles anywhere. Every now and then there's something. Regular Labs is great though, but every now and then there's something. I don't. This is probably repeatable. I've got a few minutes left. I'm gonna have to wrap this up at 1. I mean, I could go through and turn off all these Regular Labs library plugins, which maybe I could do this. Let's see here. Let's go. Well, I know where to go too. That's it. We go here. We go to extensions. We go to sort by the extension ID, so it'll be the most recent ones. And let's go. All right, so IP login. We're going to go to here and go 0. And we're going to go 0. And we're going to go 0. 0. 0. Now let's go back here and refresh. We've still got some more to get rid of. Got a lot of these here. Articles anywhere. 0 and refresh. Advanced Module Manager. Advanced Module Manager. Yeah, I hear you, George. There's been times I contacted Regular Labs and said, hey, I think this isn't working. And then they show me how it works. And then it's like, oh, okay. I get it. Advanced modules. Let's turn off the system ones that we want to turn off here. Let's see. All right. Articles anywhere. Articles anywhere. Here's the articles anywhere. There's the system. Turn that off. Okay, the calendar's showing up fine for you. Okay, great. AA extension cannot function. CDN. Articles anywhere. Okay. Let's go to CDN for Joomla, the system plugin. 0. Conditional AA. Let's see. Articles. Advanced AA. See if that takes care of that. AA extension, whichever one that is. All right, let's go here. System. Conditional content. System cache cleaner. Yeah, I wonder if there's another AA. Let's see here. AA plugin. Just look for system ones to remove here. Interesting here because this is a string there. AA extension, articles anywhere. I just don't see what that one is. All right, sweet mystery of life. Regular labs component. Regular labs manager. It's not going to be that, I don't think. I am doing something on the end. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I am here. Hi, Stefan. Good to see you. Nice to have you pop in. No worries. You missed the good part at the beginning, and then now we're just stuck on working stuff, and now I've broken the site. No sound, eh? Can other people hear me? Okay, you hear me. Can you hear me, George? Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, let's just get this what's enabled here? Package conditional content. No. System. No. All right, here's a cache cleaner system. That's enabled. Okay. Something's still not working there. All right, so no. I think I'm gonna have to turn off everything here. I don't think the packages should have to be turned off. Maybe mod cache cleaner, that shows at the top of the page. There's mod better and front end link, so maybe these mods. There we go, we're back. At least I think so. All right, system, extension manager. Let's go to search for Regular Labs Extension Manager. We turn that on. Okay, so components Regular Labs Extension Manager. For some reason the library did not get installed. Oh, library parameters not found. Okay. Well, I think I'll duplicate that and show that. Yeah, George, I did see that. That was back when you didn't hear me. You did disable all the regular lab stuff and the problem did not come back. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, interesting why you don't have that issue, because Vinny said that he's had that issue with that as well. So with the regular labs articles custom field. So I just think it's obviously something in that table, and it will scroll if we set a size to it. So anyways, all right. Well, everybody, it is 1 o'clock, and I actually have to go to a doctor's appointment that I have. So at 1:30, and I want to keep him very happy and show up on time. So, all right. Well, we saw a little bit of subforms. There's probably some stuff to figure out. If you figure out a way to show things like the show on with the custom fields with to show information, to show a field conditional on the value in another field, that would be great. As far as the how to do an extension or like the carousel, we've got that link there for Mark DeChevre's talk too. So so there you go. It is what it is today. Anyways, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out as always. Appreciate that. And Mary is said, "Oh, you should have time to play with show on, but thankfully you are busy." Well, that's good that you're busy. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me on this Wednesday again. And I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe, because anybody who's watched this long is probably already subscribed. So, anyways, maybe if you watched this long, you want to unsubscribe. All right, everybody. As usual, I hope wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that you are doing well. And until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.